Do you know you can relocate to the UK as a fashion designer? Yes, you heard me right. You can actually relocate with your family to the UK as a fashion designer or a tailor. I'll tell you how. Stay with me. Hello there. You're welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time or you're coming across my channel for the very first time, you're welcome. On this channel, I upload cutting and sewing tutorials. I also upload latest and trending fashion styles. Please, before you go, kindly click on the subscribe button, subscribe, like, and share my videos. Thank you. Just as I was saying earlier, as a fashion designer, you can actually use a route to migrate to the UK. If you are planning to migrate to the UK, there is a route you can use to relocate, not only you, but with your family members, your spouse, and your children. This route is not so much talked about, unlike the skilled visa and the student visa. Before I go ahead, I would like to make a disclaimer. I'm not an immigration expert. I just want to share my knowledge on this route with you. You can actually go on the website to read more about it. All right. Then if you see me looking down, I'm on the website. I'm on the website now, and I'm going to be reading all what it requires for you as a fashion designer to relocate. Okay. If you are interested in this, why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy the video? Thank you. Okay, the visa route is called Global Talent Visa. The visa route is called Global Talent Visa. And under this Global Talent Visa, there are three categories. The first one is academia or research. The second one, the art and culture. And the third one is digital technology. I'll be basically talking about the art and culture. Under the art and culture is where the tailoring skills is required. So as a fashion designer, if you want to apply using this route, the Global Talent Visa, you will be going under the arts and culture. And the first and foremost thing is that you have to be above 18 years and above. Yeah, you have to be 18 years and above. And the beautiful thing about this visa is that you can live and work in the UK up to 5 years at a time. You can apply for 5 years. You can apply for 3 years at a time. So you can live, work in the UK for up to 5 years, okay? To apply for this Global Talent Visa, there are two stages involved. The stage one is the endorsement stage, and the stage two is the application for the visa itself. The endorsement stage and the application for the visa itself. All right, I'm going to quickly run through the documents required for the endorsement, because before you can apply for the visa, you have to get an endorsement, and I'll run through the list, the documents you will be needing for your endorsement to be successful. All right, number one is that under the Global Talent endorsement, you can either apply as a recognized leader, that is exceptional talent. This is just for the professional. If you're a professional fashion designer, you can go with the recognized leader or exceptional talent. But if you are an upcoming, you can go with the emerging leader or the exceptional promise. The emerging leader or recognized leader. The recognized leader is actually for the professionals. If I just an upcoming in the fashion world, you can go with the emerging leader, also known as the exceptional promise. Yeah. So the document you'll be needing to apply for your endorsement, number one, you have to write a CV stating that you've been in the fashion business for at least 5 years. You have to write a CV. Then you'll be needing 3 letters of recommendation. You'll be needing 3 letters of recommendation. One from the UK. You have to get a letter from a fashion brand in the UK, and 2 other letters from Nigeria. If you reside in Nigeria, you have to get the other two letters from any fashion brand from two fashion brands in Nigeria, or any celebrity you have worked with, any celebrity you have made an outfit for. You can actually get a recommendation letter from them. Yeah. Then you also be needing a proof of connection to a fashion field. You have to prove that you are connected to a fashion field or a fashion brand for the last 5 years. Either you have your own fashion brand that you run, you have to prove it, or you're working under a named fashion brand, you have to prove it. Yeah. So you also need the 10 proof that you meet the eligible criteria. You have to give them 10 proof that yes, you qualify and you meet their criteria. You also be needing a letter of support from the art and culture. You can go to your art and culture. If in any state, I know in Nigeria we've got art and culture in Lagos State. You can go there to get a letter, and that letter will be solely for the purpose of this visa. They have to state that your brand has produced a project for them or something. It must solely be for this. The letter you'll be getting from the art and culture must solely be for this visa purpose. It makes sense. Yeah. Proof of appearance, publication, exhibition, or distribution of your work. You have to prove that you've been going for exhibition, your work has been showcased. Yeah. Like you just have to prove that you've been in fashion shows, you've been running fashion, you've attended fashion events within 5 years of your application. So you also have to proof of programs and events you took part in. You have to send them proof of the fashion programs. Probably you anchor a fashion show, or you attended a fashion show. You have to prove that. You also have to get 2 or more media recognition. You have to get 2 or more media recognition. You have to get a newspaper to mention your name, your brand name. Yeah, you have to get 2 media recognition, either the newspaper or the TV. You have to get a proof that you are being recognized, your brand is recognized. Yeah. You also have to get nomination. This is not actually compulsory, but if you have a nomination for an international award, you can prove it. That you get is not necessary, but if you've been nominated for an international award, you have to tender the proof. You have to prove that you've been on the catwalk show. You have to prove that you've been on the catwalk show. Any fashion event that you have attended, you have to bring evidence. They just need evidence to know that you actually qualify for an endorsement. You have to prove your sales, that yeah, you'll be making sales from your fashion business. Yeah, you have to just prove that. So I'll quickly run through the documents you'll be needing for your endorsement. If you can get 3 letters of recommendation, 1 from a fashion brand in the UK, 2 other from a fashion brand in Nigeria or wherever you reside. Yeah. Or you can get a letter of recommendation from any celebrity, government officials that you have made an outfit for, or you have you've been in projects, you've made projects with them. Any celebrity you have worked with, you've collaborated with, you have to prove that. Get a celebrity to give you a letter of recommendation. So you have to prove that you've been in the fashion business for at least 5 years. You have to show that you've been in the fashion business for at least 5 years. You have to get a letter from your art and culture of your state, the state where you live. You have to get a letter from your art and culture naming your brand. Yeah, they have to state that you've been in business, you are in fashion business. Yeah. You also have to prove that you've been on the you've attended fashion shows, you've been on the catwalk show, you've been you also have to get a media recognition, 2 or more media recognition, newspaper. Get newspaper to mention your brand. Is highly important. They need to mention your brand. Okay. So having gotten all of this, Then you can now put in for your endorsement. You can now put in for your endorsement. As of today that I'm making the video, the total visa cost is £716. Total visa cost is £716. You're going to pay £524 when you apply for the endorsement. You pay £524 when you apply for the endorsement. And when your endorsement is successful, when you've gotten a reply that your endorsement is successful, you get a letter that your endorsement is successful, then you can now apply for the visa. And the visa cost is £192, depending on how many years you want to stay. Yeah. So if you are staying for 5 years, I think you have to pay 716 times 5. You can verify that. I'm not sure. You can verify that. But depending on how long you want to pay, you want to stay in the UK, you can stay as long as 5 years. Then after the 5 years, you renew your visa. And who knows, you can get your high LR. Yeah. And once you get your endorsement, you have to apply within 3 months of receiving your endorsement letter. You apply within 3 months of receiving your endorsement letter. The beautiful thing about this visa route is that you don't need an English test. You don't need any proof of funds. You don't need an English test. You don't need a proof of fund. As long as you get an endorsement, you apply. You just apply for your visa. So you'll be going with a valid passport and you'll be doing a tuberculosis test. I think those are the two major things that you'll be needing for the application of a visa. Tuberculosis test and passport. Those are the things you'll be needing. So you can go on to the website to read more about this global talent visa UK. You can go on to gov.uk visa and immigration. You can they have information there for you that you can read, and if you feel you are eligible, you qualify, you can apply. If this information has been helpful to you, please subscribe, like, and share my video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Thanks. Bye.